guys are watching the Strain Review. Talk Cannabis.
This year, definitely sweet having on that farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're with Hepworth Farms.
Yeah, way more supportive and all that good stuff.
So you're receiving a lot of support over there.
Oh yeah.
What's your title? What would you?
I am the head of cultivation over there.
But so we're in your little private garden out here, and so I just, first off, I just want to say congratulations, on your new chapter in your growing career here. So you're with
Hepworth
Farms. And tell us a little bit about how this opportunity came about for you, and what made you decide that this was the right move for you.
Probably my very first interaction with them was quite epic, to say the least. I went to go there to talk about the processing lane that they have for some flower at another farm, and all of a sudden OCM shows up and I don't get to see the person I'm supposed to talk about all of the production of extracts, because we wanted BHO or fresh rosin, whatever we can get, and I ended up hanging out with the owner, which I didn't understand was the owner at the time. Ended up being probably about a 10-hour day unexpectedly, and I ended up hanging out with the Travelers Crew dispensary over in the city and stuff, because they were all up with navigating the farms, the dry rooms, all of that. Had a really epic day that day. And then a few weeks later, I ended up going back with Leslie right about October, peak harvest season. We're hanging out, looking at all the plants. They're just picture perfect buds. They really were everywhere.
It was my birthday.
Yeah, it was for her birthday. It was just hang out, cafe in the
And you're pretty much sold at that point.
Well, I wasn't even looking to work there, honestly. I didn't realize that. This is just so based off of that, and then them being very receptive and allowing us to go back and look at the farm, ended up being where I was talking with the owner about my coffee, and she was very excited about the genetics instead, which, we rolled with that, which is very cool. And then we started talking about genetics and everything.
And you've got a lot that you've been working on over the years.
I showed her the library, and I was like, she was like, all right, I like this. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And then one thing led to another. The vibes were perfect, and I ended up started working there in the greenhouse. It started populating different genetics. We started 42 this year, which...
That's what you got, 42 plants?
42 genetics.
Oh, 42 different genetics.
About 25,000 plants.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good sized farm then.
Oh, yeah, it's a very big
We've seen
farm.
the pictures online, humongous plants and shit. So what's the deal with that? What would you say? I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what's the thing that makes them grow so big? Is it the genetics mainly? Is it the amount of sunlight? Is it a combination of everything?
There's a story.
Just a lot of TLC? What's the deal with that?
There's a story to this. So when I did go over to Hepworth, right, Amy ended up giving me a scenario where we were allowed to build a dream greenhouse, whatever style you want. And me and her were talking back and forth, and we ended up getting a setup to do a living hugelkultur system. And no one that I know personally does the complete system that we're doing,
Yeah.
I took it to a hugelkultur system and a living soil. I brought that together. So it's like the new age of science and technology within the farming. So what we ended up coming to was we have 5 greenhouses, and we ended up doing 3 trenches in the big ones that were 57 feet long by 6 feet wide by 4 foot deep.
Yeah.
And we ended up putting 25-year-old applewood at the very bottom, so it's already been aged, already has full of fungal growth and everything, what you want for your soil,
Nice.
Because that's what unlocks all of your nutrients in the end.
Yeah.
So we end up putting that in, and then I have a custom
It
recipe.
keeps the soil moist too, right?
Yeah, it's like a
I've heard about
sponge.
that trick.
Some people use rocks and stuff.
Burying logs and shit like that. I've heard of birch. People using birch, I think,
Birch
because
is
it's like a
really
sponge.
well,
you
yeah,
know,
because it's so soft right
when
as
it
you chop
rots.
it, yeah.
So,
And
you
it's-
know, like, not speaking negative about anybody, like, I'm not trying to do that, but, like, what would you say about this new farm that, like, how can I word this? Like, why do you feel that this farm is a better fit for you as a grower? Like, you know, I know you were kind of getting into that already,
creativity and
but,
expansion and
like,
growth.
how does it allow you to do your best work? That's
So-
really what we want from you, right?
Yeah, so when I first started these greenhouses, we did the applewood. There's a pyrolignous acid, which is, we market for pyrobloom, which is a signal. It's a Kytokin's reaction. Like, so the signal is pretty much telling your plant that there's no food, or not no food, I'm sorry, that there's no seed bank in your soil, right? So we put this stuff into it, which is all organic. And so what happens is there's already university studies, because we're tied with Cornell University at the farm, of different vegetables and stuff using this and giving you way
Where
more.
can people at home find it?
Actually,
They want to use it.
we're going to start marketing it. We just got the printing. We already have the bottles. We're about to start putting this out within the next like 2 to 3 weeks.
Awesome.
We had to prove it first, you know, in the cannabis industry, because it's already been proven worldwide throughout the farming market. But now bringing it to the cannabis side, you're able to not only use less inputs to get more. You're not using fake PGRs or nothing like that, because we don't believe in that stuff. You know, we want all organics, healthy for the environment. So we're able to trick the plants into just wanting to eat and feel hungry instead of trying to unlock hormonal growth. So we're actually hitting the core of your plant to get consistent growth and keeping vigor within your plant at all stages of the grow, so you don't get any stagnant part. And then we have a custom composting, and then we also have a whole bunch of worm castings we use. And we ended up having certain parameters we put in. Like I ended up buying an aerometer, which measures the centigrade. So
Now, are these things that you're talking about things that you were doing at the farm you were working at last year too, or are these new,
No, last year-
new things that you're implementing?
last year was totally different. I mean, we had people that didn't know what they're actually doing when it came to the chemistry side of it, and we were growing inside of clay. You know, there was no money to put towards the inputs to make the dirt a quality soil. We made that work. So what I did last year, what made it work, was I used it as a passive hydroponic setup. You know, we had to always stay on top of pHs and your ppm, but you also got to understand, since you're working with clay, it's essentially a bowl of water is what you're working
Right.
with, you know. So you
Well,
gotta,
that was smart of you,
you know,
at least to salvage a season. It's good that they had you to figure that out. But so now with these new techniques implemented, what can you say about your prediction for the final products compared to
last
some
year,
of the stuff you were involved with last year?
well, honestly, over every year, it's gonna blow everything away. Like Hepworth, they've been inside of the game for a while, but more importantly is they're a farming culture. They're all about family. They've been there for over 200 years. So it's not just like wondering how to keep plants alive. It's no, we want to do living systems, you know.
Yeah.
So everything.
And now they got you working there too, so that's a little new aspect.
It
new,
is. It's huge.
Some new things. I'm
It
sure
is.
you're bringing new techniques and ideas to the game that they haven't thought of before.
Yeah, I bring tight parameters.
And you also have some new genetics too that we've never seen before coming out this year, right?
We have hundreds and hundreds of them at the farm right now. They're going to get picked in about 6-7 weeks. Our entire fire line will be ready. We have all the Shane line, the shenanigans,
Can't
the
wait to try
schnittles.
those.
Everything's about to be ready for the market. And we have every kind of plant you see here. We have the original sapphire here. You know, we have like 500 of those growing, maybe 800 of those. I don't know the exact number. We have this 518 fire because, you know, we try to take it with the community. that we're from with the 518 area code and make a genetic just for this area code. And we had to keep the sapphire mix into it because, you know, that's the flagship of it all right there. Yeah, we ended up, that was really something. The genetics, and we have hundreds more to pop, and we just got brand new genetics in also to mess with, because now we're diving deep into the hash genetics and stuff, and like not just getting certain things, but having proven things.
What kind of products do you think will be coming out of this farm like that you could look forward to besides just flour and stuff, you know? I know you say they're making all kinds of things, so tell us about the rosin.
Yeah, we have 3 processing lanes. Like when you see the farm and where I work at my nursery, directly behind it is a cold factory. So like we have unlimited frozen space, you know. So when it comes to fresh frozen rosin, you can literally just go and they grab it and it's processed right there. We have our own BHO processing lane, our own ethanol processing lane, and we do our live rosin pressing too, solventless. So there's like 20 different products we make overall in the processing lane. And we're actually going to be dropping a lot of information on that, especially this new nanotechnology. That's what we're getting into, and it's like we have quite a bit of stuff happening with the nano. It's pretty sweet.
I can't wait to try the rosin. I've been getting into rosin a lot lately. That's my thing now.
Yeah.
I don't know flour, straight flour. But the thing is, rosin alone doesn't cut it for me either. I need both, you know?
Moon rocket.
I think the rosin, it's great for getting high, but it doesn't have all the cannabinoids that you need for, like, you know, like painkiller and stuff. There's so much more in the flower that when you're smoking just THC, that's just one aspect of it, which I love getting high, so don't get me wrong, I love rosin, but I still need the flower to
like
get...
it makes an entourage effect,
right? You know, to really, you know, help me with my pain and my health issues, I have to smoke flower too.
I have something
or edibles.
I have something for you to try up at the house. I'm going to send you home with some of it. It's 80 milligrams of CBD per milliliter.
It's for pain?
It's for pain, inflammation, and it helps you get back nerve damages and stuff.
Nice.
Like,
because that's a lot of my stuff is nerve damage.
It really, it helps, and also like it naturally helps.
That
like,
feels good.
It does.
It gets rid of some of the mosquitoes. Some people, you know, they're not allergic. Like I have a friend that like gets, like he never gets a swell or nothing. He doesn't get itchy, nothing.
Magnesium.
Me, they love my blood.
They said if you're low on magnesium, mosquitoes like you.
They love me.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it. I don't know.
But yeah, they eat me up all the time. That's why I'm like moving around and smacking and scratching, and dogs drooling on me. And
I had this thing in Florida years ago. We were we were fishing in the canal at night. Oh yeah. And I got chewed up by these huge mosquitoes. I mean, these fuckers were like
the love bugs.
And nobody knew it yet, but they were carrying some disease that, like, people died. A lot of people in Florida died from it. I was one of the first ones to get it, but I didn't know anything about it, but I did get very sick. I was, like, really high temperature. I had to get in a bathtub with, like, cold water, like lukewarm water to bring my temperature down. I was hallucinating. It was really bad. And then later they found out that it was from the mosquitoes. I go, yeah, at night my uncle's like, why weren't you smacking them? Like, he's like, I was at least killing them. I was like, I don't know. I was fishing. I wasn't paying attention. I was just letting them eat me up. And, yeah, that, it was a scary thing. Because a lot of people did die from it. Like, later on, you know, like months after they figured it out. I must have been one of the first people. I was just visiting. I wasn't even from there either, you know.
Go on, Bubby.
So I probably had less of an immunity to whatever it was that, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But, all right.
No.
So definitely something to look forward to this year. And, you know, we're not going to count, we're not saying on bad or counting out Lazy Day Farm, because I'm sure they've made some changes and stuff too.
They're good people. I got love for them.
But I would say definitely even if you've tried flower that was produced last year at Lazy Day Farm by Tok, I would still give it a try this year. Check out Hepworth, check out Lazy Day Farm, see, what's new and what improvements have been made, because things are apparently going to be a lot different from last year. Right?
Oh yeah, way more like advanced.
Way more genetics, way more choices, better quality, different methods being
The
implemented.
vibes of the farm
It's going to be like
is
completely
totally where I'm at.
And any farm, regardless, I believe, like your first year, you're going to have kinks to work out, whether it's finding the right home or
Yep.
just finding the right methods that work. Like you said, over at Lazy Day Farm, they kind of had a issue with their soil and they needed to figure out a way around it. This is the land you got to work with. You got to figure it out.
That's what a grower
What choice
does.
do you got,
like,
right?
We all can be picky and make our own perfect soil, but the good growers know how to have bad soil and make it perfect still. That's the thing. That's what helped last year over there, was understanding the soil scenario. Once you understand your medium, you can use that as a strength kind of. Like we didn't have it, so we put wood chips on top to build a microbial life and stuff, and aeration and everything, So we did certain cool things that would make that scenario better. But you can only do so much,
Yeah. And I think really knowing you, how long I've known you now, and having a psychology background, I feel like you would be a better fit with a farm that's been established and been around a little bit more than one that's got more kinks and things to work out and stuff. Not that you weren't an asset there, but for you personally, I think, because you want to step it up. You're not trying to work on, go backwards or anything. You're trying to
keep growing,
go forward. And I think in this situation for you personally, I think that it's going to be the best scenario. It sounds like it's working out anyway. And from what we've seen online, it's looking pretty good so far.
Because we're
can't wait to try it and really see what's up.
We have plants from 3 feet tall all the way up to about 18 feet tall.
Yeah. Well, I was showing a friend of mine
trunks
a
on them
picture
like that.
of Leslie standing next to a plant. I don't know how tall she is, probably 5 foot something, right?
5'4".
5'4". And that plant looked like it was like 16 feet tall or
Right.
something.
No,
in
that was
picture.
these.
Oh, that was only these ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
shit.
just so small. It's like...
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, holy shit. I'm like, somebody was bragging to me, like, yo, check out these plants in my garden. I'm doing awesome. They're like some 4-footers or something, I'm like, yeah, look what my friends got. I'm like, look what they're growing. And now that we don't got to worry about choppers, you can grow them as big as, because I would legit, the ones, once they got too big, I'd be rooting for them not to get so big. I'd be looking for spots where they won't get too big, because where I grew, my biggest mistake too was I did spread them all out, but there would be trails from one plant to the other from me walking. So if they find one, they're going to find them all. So if you got one that's 15 feet tall and the choppers go by and they find that and they go down, they're going to follow all the trails and find all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So I would sacrifice, the one or two that grew huge.
Keep the little dinkier ones
to
to
keep
get
all the
approved.
little dinky ones and play it safe. But now that you don't have to worry about that, it's great, because you can just feed them and do whatever you got to do. Get them big before you even bring them outside. Start your fucking grow in January. And when did you start those plants, by the way,
Those
that are out
ones
over at
in March.
In March?
13th, I started the seeds.
Those are all seed? Oh,
Yep.
okay, so then you transplanted the seeds out there, or you took clones off of
in May.
that? Or?
I think May 12th or so, we transplanted them in the greenhouse, and that's when we started.
Yeah.
We had our mother plants for cloning.
Yeah, you were
we
definitely safe by May in a greenhouse.
Oh yeah. We didn't want to use heat and stuff.
Clones. I usually say by May you're good to go. Seeds, I even used to plant them as early as April.
And we're learning through
fuck
the
it.
large data that smaller the plants are, the less problems you have with them, and the less input you need to do. So it's like if you don't have like worry about your numbers, if you're going by square foot, short plants can really bring the canopy. So you can grow 3 or 4 of them next to each other instead of one big one,
Yeah.
kind of, you know.
Yeah.
So for
I can
home,
tell these ones are really trimmed out nice.
yeah, we don't really go for like anything but the tops, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Try
No
to-
small buds, none of the littles, right?
Exactly. All that goes straight to the wash.
Yeah. Fuck that. So this is just your own personal batch.
Yeah, I don't grow anything other than 6 plants.
You're
on
just
the
gonna
property.
smoke.
Oh yeah,
You're
I'll
just
probably
gonna make
enter
flour and smoke. No edibles or nothing.
no edibles out of these because
It's
it might
just
be the
enough weed
bottoms.
for you and Leslie for like your year's
Yeah, I need
supply
like a good
without
5
having
to
to buy
6
anything.
pounds. You know, maybe 7 pounds
Yeah.
of weed a year.
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought about how much flour I smoke. Because it could be an eighth a day. It could be
Oh, it's
a
usually about
gram
a
a day. Depends how much rosin I smoke. And I smoke
6 or
all
7
day. I
joints
just
a day.
smoke whatever I got, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it is. But all right, so I guess we'll wrap this up and go in because I'm getting chewed up still.
I feel ya.
Yeah. It's a really pretty spot. We got the pond back here. Says there's bass, sunfish, perch. What'd you say, crappie or
And crappie, yeah.
crappie? And there's some beavers in here. And we got the little garden here. I guess she is short. She does make them look good.
Right?
She makes them look big. You're tall, so you make them look small.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, I try not to go too much higher than that 8-foot mark
Yeah,
because then I know I can like just grab it, look at it, and verify that it's all clean. you know?
exactly. Without getting on a ladder, right?
Yeah, right now I have some of them. I'm on a ladder, 8 foot tall.
That's
these are my
awesome.
pawpaws right here. Talking about, you know, I grow cannabis everywhere, but I have 400 other genetics of
What is that?
a pawpaw tree. So
And what does that do?
It's the biggest custard apple. It's Amina triloba.
Really?
Yeah, it's a native custard apple.
That's
And I have
awesome.
one here and one on the other side.
So you use that for pies and shit? Or?
Yeah, it tastes like a banana split. You can actually just take it and eat it. You know how a mango is, but a mango it doesn't have a loose stone. It's just, you know, it's like fleshy and stuck
Yeah,
to the seed.
I love mangoes.
Well, these are like that, but the freestone. So you just pop us 4 little
Huh.
seeds out like that
I don't
big.
think I've ever had them. That's interesting.